Hi guys, my name is Coyote Alley, and on today's video, I'm going to show you guys what you can do to have a lot of fun with your family for days, and it takes very little money. We're talking less than $5. Today we're going to be building the FT Sparrow. What's great about this airplane is you don't need a motor for it. What I have used this airplane for is a chuck glider. I've actually taken this airplane out to a frisbee golf field and I've thrown it like I would a frisbee golf. And I'll tell you what, it is a ton of fun to do that with. I've actually beaten a few frisbee golf players. The only problem is it doesn't stay in the basket. So we had a rule that if I hit the chain, it was good. But I'm going to show you guys how to do this. You don't need any motors. You don't need any electronics at all. But you can put motors and electronics in this and make it an actual plane. But today I'm just going to show you guys how to make a chuck glider out of it. But one thing you'll notice about this video is you're going to see several intros. The first one that I just did is for any of my RC airplane stuff. That's going to be my intro. But throughout this video, I'm going to run several intros. If you could vote on the intro you like the best, that one will be the intro when I film a video on my cell phone. But I'll go ahead and roll one right now, and we'll get started with the next step. Alright guys, so the next step, the first step you got to do, take your plans here. Now these plans are free to download. These didn't cost me any money. I just went on the computer, went to the Flight Test website, and downloaded their free plans. They don't cost any money at all to buy these plans, and that's the best part. The next best thing is these are from the dollar store. I personally bought 6 of them because I'm going to be building other ones, but I think this one takes maybe 1.5, maybe. So for $2, you have one plane. And so if you want to go spend $5 or $6, you can build 3, 4, however many. And if you do it right, you could potentially put all the pieces onto one foam board. It gets a little cramped, but if you have enough skill, you can do that. But I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the first process in doing this. So I have all my plans here. First thing I need to do, I need to find the wing sections here. So there's 4 sheets to the wing. So the wing here is 16 inches long. Okay, we're going to start with the wings, and I'm going to show you guys how I do this here in just a second. Alright guys, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to put the wing sections together. I think this is the bottom, yeah. I think that's the bottom. Okay, so I want to show you what I'm doing here. What I'm going to do, so these are the wings. So this is what the wing's going to look like. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to lap it over and match it up just like that. Okay, that is the wing for this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this tape, and I'm just going to tape them together, make sure they're all lined up. I'm not sure why that's like that. I don't know. That's part of their plans. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and tape these together, and I will show you guys when it's all taped. Real quick guys, right before I tape these together, if you notice right here in the corner, come on focus, it says A3, so it's A1, A2, A3, and A4. Focus. Right here is the key. It shows you 1, 2, 3, 4. So it shows you, so it's actually 1 1/4 foam board. So each one of these is a foam board. So it's 1 1/4. So you take half of it and make just the wing, and then you would use the rest of it to piece it all together. So that's it. So it takes 1 1/4 sheets of foam board. So if you bought 6 sheets like I do, you can build 5 or 6 different airplanes. But I'll go ahead and get this taped and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so it is all taped together. This is going to be one foam board. I have 2 more pieces right here. So if you've done other projects, you have more foam board. If not, then you just pull these off. This and this you don't need if you're not going to put electronics on it. These are made out of 1/16 inch hobby grade plywood, which you can get at any hobby store. But if you're not going to put electronics on it, you don't need this or this. I am, because eventually I'm going to put a motor on it, but I am not going to show you guys how to put a motor on it. For this, if you wanted to just make a chuck glider, just cut that out of foam, plug up the hole. That's it. You don't need to worry about those at all. If you're going to put electronics on it, you will need this and these, but we'll get into that in time. Alright, so as you can see, I had the foam board underneath, and I'm going to put these planes directly on a piece of foam board. There are several ways to do this. You can 3M tack it and just put this paper down. I don't like that because it's a pain in the ass to get off. So what I like to do, I like to just match it up just at the end here. Best I can to match up with the end. But you got to come over here and make sure that the end of that foam board, in fact, is at the end. Because this plan is bigger than the foam board because you're supposed to cut all this off. I didn't. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tape here onto the end of where I'm cutting. I'm not going to put any tape here because I don't want to cut it into the spar. I'm just simply going to, all this extra stuff here is going to get cut off. So, and this is, see, if you're good enough, you can actually use this piece here for something else like this or this if you're building another airplane, which I will be doing that in another video. So I'm probably going to save as much of this as I can. Can't save all of it. But one of the best things about this particular airplane is it has this. This is a mini power pod. It is known as a swappable. You build one of these, put your motor and electronics in this pod, you can actually swap it to 4 or 5 different aircraft. Anything that takes a power pod, the power pod A, all of it goes right here. So this piece will transfer to different aircraft. So you really only need one set of motors, one set of electronics. But all right, guys, let me get this taped in, and we're going to talk about the airplane just a little bit more before I start cutting. All right, so here it is. It's all taped to the foam board. None of this is stuck. None of these are stuck. It's only taped around the edges because when I cut this, the plan will just fall right off, and I can fold the plan up and save it for another time. The only thing we're not going to focus on right now are these. This piece, yes. These, well, this one I need. These two you don't really need unless you're going to put electronics on it. So these 3 we need. This one here you don't unless you're going to put electronics on it. If you're not going to put electronics on it, you don't need this. This is for your throw gauge when you do your lines here. One thing is, guys, this double bevel here, if it were, well, for instance here, like this one here, this is your rudder, your tails. This right here is a 45-degree bevel. If you're not putting electronics on it, you don't need to do that. If you're just going to make it a chuck glider, you don't need to cut this bevel. You will cut the whole thing out, but you don't need to cut the bevel if you're just going to put as a chuck glider. There's no need to do that because you don't need to have it so it moves. It's just going to stay in place as you throw it. So as you can see, the fuselage, the wing, the tails, the wing spar. I thought I won't see it. So apparently I'm supposed to cut 2 of these out, but why do I only have 1 on my plans? I don't know. Anyway. Oh, wait a minute. You can find the key here. So as you can see, guys, they have a key here. The black lines are cut. The red lines are 50% cut through. Blue are creasing it. I don't see any blue on here at all. Double bevel, which will look like that. Single bevel, beveled edge, which there's no beveled edge. So you only need to focus on these. The red is the cavity. See right here, this is a cavity, which means it needs to be the width of the foam board. Remove paper, there isn't any, and preference optional. Now this here, you cut it out if you wanted to make it RC airplane and put FPV equipment, you can put it right here. So that's really freaking cool that you can just cut that out and you can put all your FPV equipment on this airplane. So guys, we're going to go ahead and get this cut, and I will then give you all the information you need to build it. So I'll be back with you guys in just a bit. All right, real quick, one thing I noticed about the plans here, it says here 2. I'm not sure what the 6 is. I guess it's just part number. But I need 2 spars. So I need to take this plan, cut it, and then cut another one. So that's where I'll have to use another piece. So foam board. But yeah, just letting you guys know, if you're building this, you need 2 of these. So make sure you remember you need 2 spars. And the build video for this is actually available on the Flite Test website on YouTube. FliteTest.com. And this is, you type in the FT Sparrow, and it leads you through all the building process from step A to step B, including needing 2 spars. That's where I just found it. But found this out. This is a gap here that's going to go in the middle. So when I bend the wings together, they match up. But we'll go ahead and get all this stuff cut out, and then we'll get back to you. Alright guys, it might be hard to see, but I have cut all the pieces off. I have traced them. All I got to do is finish cutting them. You do need another nose former, and I do need to cut another one of these, but we'll have to work on that in the next one. But yeah, all these are done, and that little dent, don't worry about that. This is the inside. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and finish cutting this out. I'm just going to do a time lapse of the build, because the build is on their website. There's no point on me showing you guys how to build when it's on their website. But I'll do a time-lapse build, and then we'll get back into the whole process. Hi guys, sorry it took me so long to finish up. I'm going to go ahead and finish the build. I'm not going to bore you with the building details because they have a video on the website. But I'm just going to go ahead and build it, and then I will get back to you when I'm done. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on hyperlapse or time lapse, and so you guys can see the build process. But yeah, I'll get back to you. So there it is, the FT Sparrow, built, done. CG is pretty good, a little back heavy, not too bad. This thing is ready to launch, so for those of you that have kids, you can literally just take this and chuck it. Like I said, I have used this for Frisbee golf. And yeah, if you were to put a motor in it, your pod actually goes back here. So you need to know right off the bat before you build it if it's going to be RC or if it's going to be a chuck glider. I decided, you know what? I haven't had a chuck glider in forever. I'm going to do a chuck glider. Just because I think they're a lot more fun. Custom built. cut all this out myself. It's not super pretty, but yeah. Guys, I'm ready to take this out in my backyard. So, you know, why don't you come join me? I'll roll one more intro to see if you like that one. And let's take it outside and see if I can give it a toss real quick. It's a little nose heavy, but it's not too bad. It's just a little nose heavy. I think I put too much weight in it. Oh, I put a little too much weight in it. But see, kids could have fun doing that all day long. Yeah, it's a little nose heavy, but I'll fix that eventually. Alright guys, so there it is. It's a little nose heavy. After a good 20 minutes or so of tossing it around, that's really the only damage on this thing. So, I mean, they take a beating. They work really well. This one's a little nose heavy. I got a couple things I need to reinforce, but other than that, I mean, I did make a mistake with the wing. The wing, I don't know if it's too short or if the body's too long. I don't know, but minor, it doesn't affect the flight any. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like it, don't forget to tickle that like button, fist that subscribe button, and get a con to go with my Facebook page at RSMC Daboys, DABOYS, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.